Hello and welcome to the 50th episode of Ascension. Unfortunately, this episode is proving to be a pain for me to record because, well, pretty much this is actually the third time I'm recording this. The first two times just went horrible, but I thought hopefully this time goes better. But the thing is, actually, just before I started recording, it felt like my main monitor, the one I have my webcam on that I'm looking at now, was a bit off. So I fiddled around with that. So hopefully I didn't mess up the recording or how the setup is at all, for the face cam or the mic positioning or anything like that. But I don't know, it just feels off today for some reason, and I can't place why. But anyway, since last episode, I did do some stuff off camera. I fixed the teleporters. I also got some slime balls because I needed them for some stuff. But yeah, I went to Swamp and use the other sword there. And if you're wondering where all the tools are, I will get to that in a minute. But yeah, so I fixed the teleporters. They all go to the right places. I also defeated the withers and got all the beacons. And if we come down here, I can show you their effects. Okay, so pretty much I have a beacon for each effect besides the center one, which is only resistance 1 with regeneration. All the other ones are the level 2 buffs for the respective ones. So yeah, the reason I didn't do resistance is because we had the player beacon for that. But if you come over here, I have the ways room with some stuff out front. Pretty much I farmed off camera a bunch of essence or stuff. And I also made 4 max tier hero melee golems. And I have this little wall here, which I can now jump over easily thanks to the jump boost, but I could before thanks to my Gohi stats sprint jump. But, yeah, so I farmed wave 9 a bunch just to get essence, and I built this little thing to block mobs from getting over. But the thing is, anytime I could see the essence, like, piled up here, I could just break it, the essence would go through, then I'd seal it up again, so the collector didn't get swarmed. And it worked pretty well, but while doing that, I did get, several loot chests, but these were the only ones to note. This had another dwarven pickaxe, and this had another eternal diamond. So I have those extra weapons now, so I can just break these. And yeah, so besides that, well, I didn't do too much off camera besides something really big I'll show you in a bit. So let me just sort this away and I'll get to why the first 2 takes didn't go well. Okay, so pretty much here's what happened the first recording. My plan for this episode is to fight the Ender Demon, and let me just swap onto my good armor here. But the plan is to fight it at spawn. I built spawn, and I'll go show you that when I'm done telling you this. But yeah, so I wanted to fight the Ender Demon, so when I went to record, I went to the end to find the Ender Relic to start the Enderman Apocalypse. And I couldn't find it. I searched around the end for hours, and I just could not find it at all. Like, I'd stopped the recording, looked at like 20 other enchanted iron bombs, and never found the structure with the relic. And then after like my 10th read through the wiki, I noticed that down in the comments it mentioned that that feature was removed, which was just so annoying, but I didn't really notice the wiki was outdated because I Google searched and went directly to the pages, and I didn't see it say on the main page the wiki was outdated. But pretty much the version I'm using, even though this is 1.6 and a bit outdated, was the version just after they removed the Ender Demon fight. So yeah, I was kind of annoyed with that, and I didn't know what else to do for this episode at first. So in my second take, I did like a flashback and looked at some of the original Ascension worlds because I have a whole bunch of world saves. But at that point in the day, I was really tired, and I just felt that that wasn't going to make a good 50th episode, so I decided just to scrap that and wait a couple days and record again, so now I'm recording. And if you're wondering, that's also why there wasn't an episode of Ascension last Friday. Pretty much this episode was supposed to be on Friday and not today. But I decided just to delay it a couple days so I could record a proper episode 50 than to just throw something out that was, not that good. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened. But I ended up deciding that I could still fight the Ender Demon, I just need to use the spawn egg. So I went to creative and grabbed the spawn egg because, well, that's the only way I can fight him. And do I have it? Yeah, here it is. Pretty much this is where I left off in the end. And as you can see, there is an enchanted island biome over there. Now, pretty much when I did the stuff off camera, or in the first recording, I went all up here. I made like a huge loop all around the end, found tons of enchanted iron bombs with the biome compass, nearly destroyed my spatial dash gem, and still didn't find it. So let's just assume that if I had that, or if the mod still had the Ender Relic, I would have found it in here, and I wouldn't have needed to search any further. But yeah, there's nothing in that biome really, just the Ender Guardians which attack you. They don't drop anything spectacular. So when we come back to the end in the future, we'll head to the other 2 biomes. And just to mention, there are some near this one that I know from the previous exploring. So yeah, let me just head back to the base now. Okay, so pretty much my plan is I'm going to show you guys the new spawn. I spent a lot of time working on it, and I plan to fight the Ender Demon there, because normally, here's how the Enderman Apocalypse goes. You pick out the relic, the Ender Guardians get mad, then in a day, it starts thundering, then it starts raining Endermen from the sky, and then it turns night, and the Ender Demon descends from the sky, just at spawn, or the world spawn, I think, floating, which is why I want to do it at spawn. And from there, he starts attacking. Endermen keep raining down along the obsidian. And then when you kill him, time will start moving again because you freezes time and you defeated the boss. Now, if I spawn him with a spawn egg here, it still will have the Enderman and obsidian, and I think even lightning. It just won't be thundering, but I can use commands to force it to be night. So it won't be the full Enderman Apocalypse, but it still will be pretty close. So I do want to try that, but yeah, to head to the new spawn first, I guess you would say. So let's head there, and ta-da, this is new spawn. This is where all my gear is, and actually, let me go down and give you the full tour. Okay, so this is spawn. Actually, my actual spawn point, I think, was just over here. And pretty much what I decided to do is I made a little artificial river flowing from here and got rid of the gravel that was up there. And I don't know, it's just because the Ender Demon, to kill him effectively, you need to have his lightning strikes laying in water. So I thought adding another stream here would help. And I also had to take off my freeze boots because every time I walk over this little bridge, I froze the water, which wasn't good. But I got rid of the little squid farm, and I sealed up all the tunnels, and I built this, and yeah, this is spawn. I don't know, I think it turned out well. And here I have a bunch of sun torches along with Netherwolf and Battle Pig and the teleporter to here. And yeah, pretty much just doesn't serve much, but if mobs come here, the sun torches will rapidly kill them. Come up here, there's not much here besides just storage stuff and ender chests. And here's a whole bunch of supplies, here's a whole bunch of potions, and there's a lot of my gear. And come up to the top, and you have a bunch of archer golems and half slabs, and a meteor shield at full power shining the light. And just to mention, back at the base, I did uncover the meteor shield because the leaves stopped the light from coming up. I'm not sure if it stopped it from working, but yeah. Okay, so pretty much my plan is to spawn the Ender Demon right down there, so he'll come up and hopefully I can shoot him from here, and the archers will help as well. I want to try battling him here, and I want to actually flood this place with water, because hopefully then his lightning strikes will, well, you know, land in the water and cause extra damage. And I also have an anvil here with poison, because you need to range him. At first I thought he might have actually been a melee mob, or a mob you could melee, but I realized he was range only, so I have these two bows, and I'm not sure which one I want to put poison on because I kind of was holding out for explosion, but if I remember right, that does not get poison. So to do it, I'd have to use this bow, which would get poison. So I think I'm going to head back to the base and flood the ceiling with water, and I'll apply this to this bow. So yeah. Okay, so for some reason this costs a lot more levels than I expected, at least on this table versus the other, but it does have poison now, and I have enough levels that I don't need to worry about a few. So yeah, now let's head back to spawn after depositing these levels here. As you see, I have a ton of levels from the ways room because, yeah, you got a lot of levels doing that anyway. So I actually think I'm going to deposit my base teleport back in here just because I want to teleport back to spawn, and if I die, well, I'll be back at the base anyway, so I can just teleport to spawn if I need to, actually. But, yeah, so I want to just get my gear ready. Why did I put that there when I need to put it back up here? So I want to switch to my good gear. Is this the good sword? Yes, the Slayer. Now, I don't think he's going to be in melee range. Originally, I was going to bring the Legend, but it's just I don't want to bring the Legend and then never get to use it. And I did flood the roof pretty horribly, but actually, let's just put this here to fill the corner, even though I won't be using it. So now I need to get supplies to fight the boss. So, yeah. Give me 1 second, I'll just pull out some supplies so I don't have to wait around for it. Okay, so I think I'm ready to fight the boss. There's just one thing I need to do, which is actually to head here and over here to the Crater Summit and enable my beacon for the resistance because, well, I will want that for this boss. So I already got the buffs from stopping by my base, which are only temporary, of course, but I didn't bring a lot of stuff, but that's just because everything's at spawn, so I don't need a lot of stuff on me. Just a few healing potions, strength in case I do end up mealing him, the dagger, which I haven't use much of the boss items, but I felt this was actually the only one that would be really useful in the boss. I would have brought the Desert Staff, but I did put that in the Hall of Ascension in case you noticed from a couple episodes back when I was there, or whenever I was there last. But I did spawn in the Desert Staff, but I felt bad using it because we didn't actually get the drop. It's just in there for Hall of Ascension purposes because we killed the boss, and I didn't want to fight him again. But yeah, I'm going to spawn the boss here, but just before I do that, I think I have everything in place on my notes. Yep, and also, I forgot to mention, but, yeah, in addition to the Ender Demon not being in this version of Hardcore Ender, they changed how you enchant Ender Pearls to enchant them differently. I'm not sure how it works, or maybe it's the energy extraction table or something. I don't know, but the crafting recipes on the wiki weren't valid as well, so if you're wondering about that. But I decided only to flood this side because I used half slabs, it just worked weird, and I didn't think it would actually cover up this much. If I used full blocks instead, it probably would have worked better, but it's just when the obsidian falls, I want the half slabs to break it. But aside just this should be enough, so the lightning, I'll be over here, so if the lightning hits me, that will hopefully work. But yeah, and I think that's about it. I think we're pretty much ready to fight the boss. I have all this gear, so hopefully it's enough, and my bow will probably be my main one. I probably will regret if I do that, because remember before when I swapped them around, I think during the Ender Dragon fight, I'd always mess up and go to 1 for my sword when I need to melee. So, yeah. But, hopefully this works, and, also don't want to get him under the overhang. Oh, I did get rid of most of that, by the way, so, okay, the Ender Demon. It is upon us. So, actually, let me just head to this one. Okay, so, why aren't you shooting him? Oh boy. That's not good. Oh boy, it's destroying the half slabs. I did not know it would do that. So, this is not going very well. I need to get to the roof just so I can even fight this guy. Okay, there he is. Okay, ow. So. Okay, so this is not going in my favor. Let me just turn down the volume real quick. Okay, there we go. I just didn't want that being super noisy, annoying. But, there's the Ender Demon right above me. So I need to try and get that water, or the lightning to hit the water, or else I'm never going to kill him because of that regeneration. So this is why it's such an annoying fight and why I never beat him before, is that regeneration. Okay, he lost a bunch of health because it hit the water. So I guess we will have to do it by the lake. And just kind of hope, come on, lightning. Okay. I'm going to have to clean up spawn so much now, but, it seems kind of iffy if it decides to even, damage him for hitting the water. And I'm really disappointed that the golems didn't, do much. But, I need to keep the poison up, because that's the only thing combating his regeneration, really, even though the poison's not that powerful. Okay, so we're actually doing pretty good because of the lightning hitting the water. Like I said, I never actually beat this guy, and that's because I didn't know the trick before about the poison. Or, not the poison, the lightning and the water. So that's the main thing we need to beat him, and also have some water buckets, just so we can place down more if I really need to, but I don't want to. I forgot to stop time, but that's not a big deal. Oh, he took 70 damage because the lightning hit the water. And just to mention, I did buff his health. Originally, it was only 250, I think. And, darn. Okay. So we have to just keep fighting him, though, because if we wait around, he will heal up a lot. And I just need to try and get that lightning in the water. That's the most important part about all of this. How did I get poisoned? Did I hit myself with my own arrow? Because that's kind of what I'm thinking might have happened. Okay, so I'm going to be heading over here now to hopefully get him to lightning himself again. And he did! Woohoo! So I think I might just actually need to run around rather than shoot him a bunch. But I just want to get the poison on him. But as you see, this is a very annoying, stressful kind of fight. But at least it's not destroying spawn that much, just putting obsidian everywhere. Okay, so he's around half. Hopefully he just doesn't heal up, though. But my arrows do a good bit of damage still. And, yes, the lightning hit the water again. That's pretty good. And, come on. Okay, he just needs a few more hits from the lightning, or water hits. Not sure what the proper term would be. Darn, that one hit obsidian, I guess, or something. Oh, that one hit the water. Okay, so he's almost dead. I'm not sure if... Okay, one more lightning strike and he'll die. Although I'm taking some damage as well. And that is it. Whew. Hopefully we got his loot chest. If not, oh, there it is. And, darn, we didn't get his drop, but we did get the Enderman Relic, which is, well, his big boss item. We actually didn't... It was actually a lot easier of a fight than I expected, I guess. Where's my helmet? Crap! I lost my Sinocite helmet. The resistance obviously saved my life there, or probably did anyway. Because, actually, let's just head back up here and... Okay. So, I'll be putting some of this stuff away, just so I can, get inventory space, and there was a loud vehicle that drove by. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that too noticeably. But, yeah, I just need to do a bit of cleanup now. It's kind of funny. I unveil the new spawn, and it immediately gets more or less destroyed. But, no, it's not that bad. It's more just, like I said, obsidian. I did not know they'd fall through half slabs. I thought I was being really smart, but it turns out I was being really stupid. But, yeah. Okay, so we got the Ender Relic, and I'll just clean this stuff off camera. I don't want to bother with it now. We know the stuff in here. I can just come and grab it. So I want to head back to the base. Okay, lesson learned. Don't right-click stuff with the Ender Relic because it can crash your game. But anyway, I just want to go place this in the Hall of Ascension. I'll deal with sorting away the levels later, but there is still one other thing I like to do this episode, and my god, I'm moving fast. I am actually pretty annoyed. What I was going to say, I'm annoyed I lost the helmet because, well, now I just have to get that back. Please don't crash. Okay, so we have the Ender Relic, we have the star, we have the Dragon Egg, it's just not here. So the only thing we're missing is that. And also, what was that? A staff, the End Scepter. Where did I put that? Yeah, there it is. We don't need this out of here anymore. So we have everything, and like I said, that's the Desert Staff I went into Creative to get, or... I spawned in from Creative just because the boss didn't drop one because... Hopefully that didn't cause any damage outside, but yeah. So we defeated the demon boss. Hopefully the experience chest doesn't crash again. If it does, well, I'll be kind of annoyed actually. So yeah, what I want to do this episode... Good, I was just holding the Ender Relic. But what I want to do for the end of this episode is preparations for Christmassy stuff. Because up here I did say about doing more. So pretty much what I want to do is get some milk and a cookie jar and fill it with cookies for Santa. So yeah. Yeah, let me just get some stuff and we'll go do that. Okay, so just to mention I'm having a bit of a lag. But yeah, isn't that how you make cookies? Was it like... Okay, that's how you make cookies. I got that backwards, but now I can make the cookie jar, which is like this, and the only thing I think I need to go do is get some milk. So, yeah. So, let me just grab a bucket from up here, and we just have to go find the cow now. So, I think Here Be Cows is probably a good place to look, which is a teleporter over here, I believe. Yep, Here Be Cows, which was right below spawn. So, yeah, this is, remember when I was looking for the leather way back at the start of the series, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I put a teleporter down here in the forest to where cows would usually spawn, hopefully, sort of thing, or where I hope they'd spawn, I should say. And I need to turn off the beacon, so, yeah, the crystals don't get degraded. I never really used the player beacon much, but there still is one other boss I may or may not get to fight, depending if I can get those nether orbs. So, yeah. So I'm just going to search around. I'll cut to when I find a cow, because this could take a bit. There's probably some at the village, too, so if it comes, or I can't find it here, I'll just head there. or around that area. So yeah, let's find a cow. Okay, so I finally managed to find a cow, which took longer than you'd expect. So now let's head back to the base. Which one's base? Oh, that was the base teleport. So you can teleport back up here and place this stuff now. And I am lagging a bit because of the crash, I think. So really, you can't... There we go. I wanted to set down the cookie jar so I could fill it with cookies. Let's just do that so it's looks fuller. And now I can place the bucket. I probably should... Can I open the table? Yeah. So we can place the bucket. Well, it's placed. So that's all I wanted to do with this for this episode. Maybe in the next episode, which will be after Christmas, there'll be more to it there. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Oh, and I forgot to mention what the Ender Relic does. I always forget to do that with these things. I just pull them the Hall of Ascension and like, okay, done. But so pretty much what the Ender Relic does, and I really love the speed too. But if an Enderman attacks us, lightning will strike it and it'll turn to a brainless Enderman. So I don't really want to use it because, like I said, it was removed from the mod pack. Probably because it was overpowered. But I just wanted to do it because I did plan for the Ender Demon to be a boss. I didn't realize it was removed. And there's the beacon light if you didn't notice earlier. Or the meteor shield light, I should say. It looks like a beacon. So, yeah. Anyway, I probably won't use the Ender Relic, but that kind of wraps up that one boss I really wanted to do. And I probably will move stuff back here from spawn, but I do have some other stuff planned for the next, or the few coming episodes before the series wraps up. So, I'm kind of annoyed we actually didn't get to use the golems or the pets in the battle, but... Oh well, it's a flying mob, what can I do? Kind of hope the pets might help keep the Enderman off me though, but I forgot to bring them out, so whoops. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Episode 50 is kind of a big deal for me. I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but there's just so much stuff that happened, especially with the past recordings that messed up. But yeah, it's really crazy that the series has made it to 50 episodes. It's my first series to really get this far. And yeah, anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. There's still going to be more to come. And until next time, goodbye.